Internationally, COVID-19 is reported to cause people, especially those who abuse substances, to hoard drugs. CNN reports that consequences could be devastating, with experts concerned that people will adopt risky habits, substitute unfamiliar drugs, or enter withdrawal, which can be dangerous if unmanaged. Since heavy users often have other health problems, this could mean increased strain on services that are already near breaking point. Young people in Zimbabwe are reported to be abusing drugs and alcohol as well as other substances during the quarantine, a behavior that is not only risky as an outcome of this abuse, but something that is now said to promote contraction of COVID-19 as young people exchange the substances without observing the recommended social distancing. Welcome to COVID-19 Talk with Nyari Mashayamombe, where we talk about everything COVID. How is COVID-19 treating you? How are you surviving it? How are you making sure that you're safe and the people that you love? How are you making others feel safe around you? Are you recognizing and observing the World Health Organization and the ministry's recommendations of you staying safe, washing your hands with soap for at least 20 seconds, making sure that you keep a 1 meter distance whenever you're in public or when you're talking to somebody, things like staying at home, and making sure that you are not giving others, as well as wearing your facial mask all the time. So anyway, welcome. We want to hear your stories. Please text us and let us know what's going on. Details are on your screen. Today I want to talk about substance abuse and COVID-19. We've been hearing from people who work with young people that young people have resorted to substance abuse during this time, and they are participating in unhealthy behaviors. So we want to hear from experts who work with young people what the situation is about, and maybe young people are participating in these things unknowingly. I hope you will learn one or two, and you will be that ambassador amongst your peers to stop spreading of COVID-19 through bad behaviors. So today, to talk about this, I have Tanaka Tumbu from Safe Haven Trust, who work with young people around drug abuse. Tanaka, welcome.
Thank you, Nyari.
Thank you for making time to be with us on COVID-19 Talk with Nyari Mashayamombe. As you heard me introduce the show, we really want to hear the situation on young people and substance abuse. Would you like to just maybe tell us a little bit about some of the work that you guys do around young people?
Okay, so Nyari, our organization is working with the young people, first to conscientize what is drug abuse, because generally what is drug abuse, most people do not know or understand what drug abuse is. Drug abuse, some drugs are abused without anyone's knowledge that this is a drug, like alcohol. Excessive intake of alcohol, it can be substance abuse. And then we have numerous other drugs, anamutoriro, drunkria, I think you conversant with that, the bronco. Yeah. There are a lot of drugs around, and because of COVID-19, and we've been told to stay at home, the young people have so little to do at home and so much time in their hands, such that these drugs have become the entertainment, the divergent. They need to do something. It's something different to do, something to entertain them, something to take off the boredom, and probably sometimes as a way to escape the economic situation they're facing, because they're not going to work and they are not sure what will happen in the future in terms of the food they're going to eat, a roof over their head and stuff like that.
Wow, interesting. We're hoping that you can tell us just some of the behaviors. You've already told us that some of the young people are actually, sitting down together. So I'll just throw in here that I heard somebody shared with us that some young people get into a room together, or vakagara pakona together, and then they start kutambidzana mudzanga. So young people do not actually realize that when they're passing mudzanga, vachipanana fodya, they're actually passing saliva around themselves, and it's something that that's exposing themselves and their communities or their families, because when you leave that place, you've taken the coronavirus from one of your guys, you're taking it home, you don't know that that you've taken coronavirus. So what are some of the practical things that are happening other than what we're hearing of vanhu vachitambidzana mudzanga? What other behaviors are being exhibited there?
I'd say to begin with, that whole process, we are violating a social distance, the social distance kind of rule that is going around. You need to keep distance. And and I was talking about bronchlia. And we have to share the church with the opening. We are sharing the hall, and as we've been told, COVID-19 a better immune system. We have to be very healthy, and drugs are making us unhealthy. The drugs are wrecking our respiratory system way before the
I'm gonna have to come to you, Tanaka. Tanaka, I will come back to you in a short moment. We're just taking a break. When we come back, we want to pick up from where you are saying where you're explaining that to us. Do not go away. Stay with us. We're taking a short break. Welcome back to COVID-19 Talk with Nyari Mashayamombe, where today we are exploring the issues or the circumstances around substance abuse, drug abuse, alcohol abuse, and I'm joined by Tanaka, who is educating the young people to say, pamuri kutambidzana mudzanga paya muri kutambidzana chirwere, pamuri kutambidzana whatever, muri kugara muri mu same room, you're no longer observing that 1 meter. Over to you, Tanaka. Please continue. You were explaining to us how the respiratory system works and how it's affected by consumption of alcohol and substances.
All right. What I was saying is our respiratory system, or we could just say our whole health, affect alcohol, affect drugs, especially marijuana, it would damage your respiratory system. Saka COVID-19 it's a virus, and we don't have any proper way of fighting it except a strong immune system. That's why we binge on lemons and ginger and stuff like that. So what we are saying is, the moment they are drugs, they are further exposing themselves to the immune system, so that to fight when it comes. Actually, recently, BBC would give statistics that smoker were more vulnerable to COVID-19. They had more incidents with COVID-19. So kutambidzana mudzanga kwaurikuita waranyari kune chekuita nekutadza kunyatsofaita COVID-19. Hatisi kuti vasingapute havasipita COVID-19. You just say, put yourself in a better place to fight. Kubudikidza nekuchengetedza utano hwako. Social distancing yavari kutadza vanhu ava vari kuita madrugs. If they contract COVID-19, they're going to take it back to their homes where their families avagara vari kupedzera resources through kutenga madrugs. If you have heard the history of drugs, usually they have to go vanopedzesera vakutora even marisiri yavo to source madrugs because yavo inopedzera yadziquitika, because these are expensive things, especially banana, heroin, cocaine, madrugs, and they are a little bit expensive. Saka vanopedzesera vakuita sei vakutotora mari, and then pane risk overdose chaiyo kuti any time a person is taking drugs anogona kuoverdose akafa, and it has health implications in the future. Also, my drugs they have this thing usually my mental health issues. Depression, hallucinations, it's not just for now. COVID-19 is here, but even in the future, those people are going to have problems, and they need to rein in the drug problem. Then injectables. The injections, apana anoziva kuti this person atora the injection from arikurwara nei. There are concerns like hepatitis B, hepatitis C, and stuff like that. Even HIV, because trikushare my body fluids.
Tanaka, ipapo ndoda kumbokubvunza. Sorry.
Issues like COVID-19, because immune system yatotanga kuattackwa another thing, which is an underlying cause, which is COVID-19. So drug abuse right now is not the best place for anyone, because it is predisposing people to COVID-19 through all the practices dzakasangana, even in the room vari kuenda kunoputira kana muzvikona hapasina social distancing. You don't know what else you're contracting other than COVID-19.
Tanaka, thank you so much. I wanted to follow up on the issue that you mentioned, the issue of the syringes that they're using. Why would someone use a syringe that somebody else has used?
Usually with the situation in drugs, people are so preoccupied with the need to acquire the drug such that sometimes they forget the other issues that actually matter. Other issues that matter, for example, the syringe. So they just had syringe this person, the next person. Resources, so they just go and get the drug. The rest they can work around it. And the too hell bent on getting the drug that they don't exactly look around for anything else that may affect them.
Nai Tanaka, what is the practicality of expecting young people to stop drugs if, for example, if they are getting into drugs just because they don't have money or they don't have anything else to do, they don't have jobs? What can motivate them to stop drug abuse and actually to think, if they didn't think about HIV, what do you think will cause them to think about coronavirus?
Okay, with drug abuse, the first solution is to nip it in the bud before it even starts. We want to talk to children, to conscientize them about the bad things that happen when they get on drugs. They get hooked on drugs. Maybe they're going to get curious, probably, because usually people get into drugs while they're teenagers. It's a stage where someone wants to experiment, wants to learn new things, wants adventure, and wants to fit in. And there are a lot of other reasons why people get into drugs. But the first thing that we can do is conscientize them that no, drugs are bad. They can only look good from afar, but once you're in, things will not look very good for you. Then we ought to maybe try and provide alternatives in terms of our livelihoods. The first thing, if you look around,
Tanaka, I'm going to come back to you, and we need to really learn from what you are saying that needs to be done, or to engage the young people to make sure that they end the issue of substance, alcohol, drugs abuse, and they actually begin to take their life seriously. I really love where you have come up from to say sometimes we're thinking, oh, they are already using drugs and alcohol, then maybe it's a lost case. But now Tanaka is just telling us that no, it's not a lost case, because a lot of young people are beginning this just as experiment. So when they are told the dangers of that, they can actually begin to think, to say, oh, if my life is in danger, or if my family's life is in danger, they can actually stop and listen. So you have to take this information. You as a young person, you have to take this information, but so does your community. So take this information, educate others. As a parent, be engaged. Don't just ignore them and say, it's coming back to your house. Coronavirus will come back to your home if they go around making, just vachiputizanamzanga. We're going to come back and we end this amazing conversation. To stay with me. Welcome back to COVID-19 Talk with Nyari Mashayamombe, where we're talking about something interesting, very informative. We've got Tanaka, who's teaching us about the issue of substance abuse, which is being abused by young people, the ways they are abusing it, but most importantly, how it's exposing them to further vulnerabilities of contracting COVID-19, but also of weakening their immune system, especially as consumers of bad substances. And Tanaka, you had already started answering me where I said what makes us think that they're going to stop, what will motivate them to stop, what can help them to stop. Please go ahead.
Okay, thanks, Nyari. There are a lot of long-term solutions to maybe drug abuse, but what we want to focus on right now is on things that concern COVID-19. As you all know, we are in a period of lockdown, meaning no one is supposed to be moving around too much, and keeping social distance. So the first thing I can rightly say is to talk to you, the youth, the male, the female, the teenager, the maybe grown-up who is engaged in drug abuse. I want to tell you that it is not the best thing that you can do for yourself, because you're wrecking your health and you're wrecking maybe your future plans. And if you overdose today, maybe COVID will spare you, but death will not spare you if you overdose on drugs. And there's a lot to live for. That's what I can say to the youth. So preserve yourself for tomorrow and preserve your family, because the moment you're going out today and exposing yourself to COVID-19, you're also exposing your family, you're exposing your neighbor, you're exposing our healthcare system, which is going to cater to you after you've contracted COVID-19. That's the first thing I can say. Then I want to ask to plead with other members of civic organizations as well as the government. When you are distributing those funds for the vulnerable, remember our youth. They need something to do, and they probably need food on their tables.
Right.
They probably need food for their tables today rather than tomorrow. So when you're dishing out a bit of those stipends for those people who are vulnerable, please remember the youth, because some of them are ending up in drugs because they want to escape the stress of what they're going to have to eat tomorrow or roof over their heads and stuff like that. Right. And I am also recommending those who have access to resources, those civic organizations, please pass around videos on how youth can maybe entertain themselves, self-help things to do while they're in lockdown. Get them movies, get them stuff that will keep their minds motivated and their minds occupied. In the meantime, as Safe Haven, we have poetry, we have other people giving out messages on drug abuse. Please stop drug abuse today, because it will wreck you tomorrow. There won't be a tomorrow to talk about, and we will use the whole youth generation if people keep on taking drugs.
Wow, that was Tanaka teaching us about how to mitigate drug abuse, and actually most importantly raising awareness to say, if you're a young person and you're partaking in drug substance, first of all, you're putting yourself in danger. Your respiratory system is weaker. You're weakening your immune system, which is the danger in this COVID-19 or coronavirus, because it thrives or it kills those with weaker immune systems. And secondly, she's actually taught us that when you are consuming that, you are further transmitting the drug to other people. And not only are you putting your own life in danger, you're also putting the life of those that you live with in danger. But also you're ruining your career tomorrow. As she alluded to the fact that drug abuse has a tendency of taking you off your track, and maybe you might actually be killed either by overdose or by the virus itself. So it's not necessary. And also she's alluded the fact that when there are opportunities in our communities, let's remember our youths, because part of the reason they're engaging in this, they're hungry. They're also people who are failing to get something to do. But I think in another episode we were taught by young Charlene that find something to do, read those books, get into the garden if you don't have a garden, find projects that you can be doing. There are many things that you can become very creative about. And at COVID-19 talk with Nyari Mashayamombe, we are saying our youth are not our future. They are the now. We need you. We need you to protect yourself. We need you to protect others. We need you to be educating others. So if you have your friends in the neighborhood that are engaging in this, we show that through taking responsibility for at least 20 seconds, keep the social distance for at least a meter plus. Kana mambo mingla nevanhu veruzhinji pamwe moenda unotsvaga upfu. Maudzwa imimi nyekuti pfekai mask, and maudzwa izvozvo zvekuti mask haingori chete yamunotenga, and handi musatambidzana mamask. Pamwenyu hanzi muri kuita kunge muri kuchita the system, but you're cheating yourselves. Paunosvika musupermarket zvikanza upinde usina mask, pamwenyu vabva mamirirana motambidzana. If you take your own mask and you give it to somebody else, umutambidza kana kuti uchatambidzwa painodzoka. So let's be diligent, vazalwane. Let's be diligent, vanhu vaMwari. Let's protect our nation, our families, ourselves. this too shall pass, but we need it to pass while we are alive. And that is why I created COVID-19 Talk with Nyari Mashayamombe, because I'm here to make sure that you keep safe. Until next time, it's a goodbye. Hey Mhlobo family, thank you for joining me today. Let's keep talking. Join our social media platforms and tell us how you're beating COVID-19. Tell us your stories. What's happening in your communities? Is everything okay? Reach us on our WhatsApp numbers, text numbers, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube channels. Tell us about the good, the ugly, the funny, the talents, the skills you developed during this time. For families or couples, tell us the most funny or unbelievable thing you learned about your partner or your child or your family. You may find yourself on our TV show the next time, or you may win a cool prize from us if we like your story. Remember, write in proper spellings. No shorthand accepted. Ciao.